Hey everybody, welcome to Impossible Coin. I am your faithful host, Brian Cartwright. I've been told by a scientific professional that apparently I introduce myself something on the order of around 30% of the time. Here to tell me whether or not that is medically accurate, Rocky Hardy.
Honestly, it's a little higher than 30%, if we're being honest.
Okay, like 40%?
It's a little more than that.
Do I introduce myself all the time?
It's very nearly like 97% of the time.
Okay.
Does he really?
Here to dispute that, Tegan Somerset.
Am I just not paying attention to the opening of the show ever?
Brian, on a serious note, are you okay?
What are you talking about?
You died.
Remember, you weren't here last week, and you sound like you were in a lot of pain. I saw your tweets, man.
I also saw the tweets.
Jesus Christ. Note to self, stop using Twitter.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we could have also seen the Facebook posts, but, you know.
Really? I don't think there were any of those.
If you aren't tweeting, you will post them on Facebook. We know you, Brian.
Yeah, that's probably what'll happen, for being honest.
We see you for your bullshit.
Well, Brian, look what happened to you, man. Why weren't you here last week?
I was not well.
Okay.
At one point, while I was laying in repose, dying,
I
was like, I wonder if Rocky and Tegan will call the sequel to our podcast, upon my death, Impossible Coins. So that way it distinguishes itself.
I mean, that's gonna fuck up our SEO, man.
That occurred to me as well. My wife's grandfather died.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Well, I should make clear, Rocky, that this is not my loss.
Fair enough.
Brian feels nothing.
Also not entirely accurate, but Jack was 954 years old.
Incredible.
His funeral was on Friday last week. We went, the rabbi said good things, and it was all in like this little shelter in the cemetery with these like stone benches. And somehow, sitting there on that stone bench, did a number on my back. By the time I got home, it felt like someone had just grabbed my rib cage and pulled up. And then started to get these cold sweats and became congested. And then started to get a lot of pressure in my chest and neck, in addition to the back pain. And then the back pain got worse. And so I spent the next 3 days laying on my couch with a heating pad.
Wait, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
What is a cold sweat?
Oh, no.
Oh, Tegan.
Is it like you feel like you're cold, but you sweat? Is it really just that simple? Because if so, I have some bad news for myself.
Oh, no. Skin is cold to the touch, very clammy.
Okay.
Your cold, clammy skin is just shooting out the salt waters. It's a bad thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I have some bad news for myself.
What's that, Tegan?
I sweat when I'm cold all the time.
Ooh.
Oh.
That probably something needs to get looked at.
Yeah, that...
Well, and the thing is, like, I don't retain body heat particularly well, so I'm often cold. Yay! Okay.
Yeah.
My condolences.
Thanks. It's cool.
Yeah. Monday, the final day that I was, like, entirely underneath of it, despite the fact that I have the ability to work from home at my job, woke up and I was like, I am deceased, and corpses can't work.
Not with that attitude.
So I dug out my laptop. I went to the payroll website, said, yes, today is PTO, and emailed my boss, put away my laptop, and then proceeded to lay in bed until 3 p.m.
That sounds like an excellent time.
Well, you gotta remember back pain and cold sweats.
Oh yeah, back pain and cold sweats. That's right. Never mind. Ignore me.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Actually, you know what? Back to the heating pad. I have some strong heating pad research I would like to convey.
No, please.
Okay.
Heating pad wisdom. Let's get it.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about heating pads.
I don't know what it is with this heating pad only shutting off after 2 hours, but it can fuck off with that.
I'm pretty sure that's a security risk. That's like a fire hazard.
Right,
yeah.
Supposed to shut off after.
They assume I'm old man Houlihan who's just falling asleep with it, and I'm going to die.
Well,
I'm not.
You did say you were already dead.
Exactly. That's my point. You can't kill what's dead.
You can't kill me!
What is dead can never die.
Yeah, that's right. Just give me my fucking heating pad. But I would just be like, laying there and be like, oh God. I would grab the thing, like, this thing's fucking off. No wonder, oh God. Like, click, 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 back to maximum heat, apply directly to back. Feel like the searing recognition touches my, like, ruined body. Just...
I don't know what kind of life you're leading over there, Brian, but like...
I don't even know. I'm an echo of a man.
Yeah, it sounds like a bad time.
Yeah, he had a rough, weekend.
Might I recommend not doing that again? Would you be willing to take that into consideration?
Well, don't worry. Between Beth and myself, we have no more grandparents. So...
It may have really been the stone bench.
Yeah. That stone bench, man. Either it's a good idea poorly executed, or my back is a good idea poorly executed. They rebalanced the audio distractions in Hitman 2?
I don't know what that means.
Alright. Let's say you're a killing machine, Rocky.
Sure.
You're bald and barcoded.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And let's say you were standing on, I don't know, the balcony of a second-story walk-up, and you're looking out onto the street of an Italian seaside town.
I can see it.
Okay? You put a mobile phone resting on the banister of that balcony,
mm-hmm.
and then, using a remote trigger, made that phone start to ring. The way things were in Hitman 2... that phone would ring forever and no one would notice it because people are like, I can't hear things that are directly above or below me. Yeah.
I wish I was deaf like that.
No, you don't.
Selectively directionally deaf.
It made a lot of NPC luring techniques that had previously worked in Hitman not viable in Hitman 2.
That sounds regressive.
Right. The thing is, they weren't entirely deaf. I could just get out an unsilenced pistol and shoot it directly into the floor of that balcony, but that noise is recognizable as a gunshot.
Right.
Which means that instead of people coming to look to investigate, they either run in fear or go find a guard and be like, I heard a gunshot.
Right.
And it's like, well, that's fucking useless. And so, fixing the way audio distractions work has opened up a whole new world of possibilities in Hitman 2.
Okay.
I also made a contract in the game that I'm rather pleased with recently. Because fire extinguishers are no longer lethal when exploded, it means that in order to create, like, essentially a portable explosion, you have to use propane canisters and not fire extinguishers. And one of the levels in the game, Hokkaido, only has a single portable propane canister.
Good.
Tegan?
Mm-hmm.
What are your feelings?
No, I don't like that.
What don't you like?
It?
Tegan, can you be more Pacific?
That sounds like a fucking annoying-ass challenge, let me tell you what!
Tegan,
Yeah.
I got some bad news. It sounds like you probably wouldn't like Hitman.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. I would probably really enjoy watching someone else do that, but, now my teacup.
Also Mario Maker 2.
Right.
I feel like this time around, I've reached a level of just being like a really irritating perfectionist. I don't want to upload a bad level. I don't want something which is just not fun to be surfaced to people. I guess spoilers too. In theory, it wouldn't even be surfaced to people because the way it works now in Mario Maker 2 is that they won't even drop a level into rotation, meaning that, like, they won't surface a level to randos until the level has been played at least once and rated at least once.
Mm-hmm.
Which means I need to run down somebody every time I upload a level. You're like, will you please play and rate this level in order for it to, like, go into rotation?
Well, you could just, like, tweet the screenshot.
I could do that too, but would also require that some number of followers that I have on Twitter to be playing and care about Mario Maker 2.
There's a handful of those. I can say that much right now.
You know that I have followers on Twitter who play Mario Maker 2.
Yes.
Rocky, are you playing Mario Maker 2?
No, I'm not playing Mario Maker 2.
I don't think I have any followers who are playing Mario Maker 2.
You have an entire fucking podcast. You have an entire podcast. You can post the levels on podcast Twitter. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Brian, these are doable things.
God, that was painful. I've injured myself.
Brian, I need you to believe in yourself so Tegan stops injuring herself.
Brian, you've hurt me.
All right. Hey, listeners.
Play Brian's level so he doesn't feel like a shithead.
Please. For all of us.
For me. Do it for me.
Next week, listeners, we're probably going to be talking about thwomps. Because I've been doing this thwomp thing.
What do you mean you've been doing a thwomp thing?
Okay.
It's a thwomp thing.
Like he's making a thwomp-themed level, I think?
Right. I like thwomps.
That's cool.
I specifically like thwomps using the Super Mario World tile set and the Super Mario 3D World tile set. Because there's, like, different goofy shit
Oh.
that you can do with them depending on which tile set you're using.
Wait, Brian, remind me real quick. Which tile set is the one that makes you a cop? Is that New Super Mario Bros? Or...
There is no tile set that makes anybody a cop.
I don't know about that one, Brian.
That sounds like something that a cop would say.
Oh, no. Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine, Brian. You're using two tile sets.
All right.
You're using Super Mario World and...
Super Mario 3D World.
And Super Mario 3D World. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. In Super Mario World, it is possible to spin jump off of the top of thwomps. Let's say you create a room and you're like, la 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 la. You could place a thwomp above that room. Then maybe, I don't know, do something in the room like spell out with blocks the words, don't jump, in that room. And of course, some fucking nerd, right?
Is gonna jump.
Is gonna jump.
It's me.
At which point you'll then be high enough in the room
To trigger the thwomp.
which was going to hit the P switch, which you can't see, which means that the floor, which is all made out of blocks, turn into coins. Yeah.
What a nerd.
There's all kinds of cool things you can do with thwomps. Because you can spin jump off the top of them, you can turn them into, like, these dangerous fucking Yoshis, where you're like, I'm going to go places that I can't normally get to because I'm riding on a thwomp. And you have to spin jump. And if you then get people used to the idea of spin jumping off the top of thwomps, and then all of a sudden you introduce them to a thwomp which has a muncher on top, so that way you don't have room to spin jump there, that's trouble.
I mean, it seems neat, man.
Yeah.
I can't see all of it at the moment, but I would like to see the completed product.
Yeah. Super Mario 3D World, you can wall jump off the side of thwomps. Yeah. If you create a bunch of thwomps that move right to left as opposed to up and down, you can create a pretty nasty wall jumping maze where the walls are moving because all the walls are thwomps.
Alright.
Yeah. And I worked on both ideas last night. A ghost house full of thwomps and then a wall jumping 3D world level. And then decided that about 3 a.m. that both are bad, I'm not very good, and I should just go to bed.
It's rough, buddy.
Yeah. Also, there was a thing on Twitter. Cody Rhodes, Executive Vice President of All Elite Wrestling and WrestleMan, posted on Twitter, "Give me your top 5 Zelda games."
Wait, isn't that the guy that posted 6 Zelda games?
He did. He then acknowledged that in the same tweet. So give me your top 5 Zelda games.
I've cheated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've cheated. Mine are Ocarina of Time, Link to the Past, Wind Waker, Twilight, OG Legend of Zelda, and then Breath of the Wild. Yes, I added one. Skyward is my least favorite. HM, Link's Awakening, Majora's Mask, and Between Worlds. At which point, then, other All Elite wrestlers posted their top 5s, including Rose, who said, editor's note, Breath of the Wild hasn't made the list because I haven't played it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Nyla Rose said her top 5 are Ocarina of Time, Link to the Past, Wind Waker, Link's Awakening, and both Oracle's 3-way tie, and then the Legend of Zelda. Then Hikaru Shida said that her top 5 were Link's Awakening, Breath of the Wild, Ocarina of Time, Spirit Tracks, and then Oracle of Seasons.
What?
Okay.
What?
That's alright.
Spirit? Ooh.
People get to take their top 5, Teagues.
Spirit Tracks. In the top 5?
Yeah.
This is weird. Because Spirit Tracks isn't a top 5 Zelda game. But, you know, that's an opinion. Like, maybe they had a really great experience with Spirit Tracks that I don't know about. Whatever.
To me, listing Spirit Tracks specifically in your top 5 Zelda games feels like you wanted to list Phantom Hourglass, but we're just tired of sailing.
So what you're saying is that they're cowards. That's what's going on.
Yeah, they're chickens.
Alright.
Leva Bates said, I would probably be the only person in the world who would add Hyrule Warriors to their list.
I don't count. That's a Dynasty Warriors game with a Zelda skin. That's not a Zelda game.
Tegan is obviously a Zelda purist.
It's not a Zelda game! It's just Dynasty Warriors game! They announced it as a Dynasty Warriors game with a Zelda skin!
That is how they announced it, yeah.
I mean, it's a game with Zelda in it, and if the only qualifications is it's a game with Zelda in it, my favorite Zelda game is fucking Super Smash Brothers!
It's funny that you should say that, because Cody responds to her by saying, great use of the mythos, addictive, and then she says, Ganondorf is my main in Smash Brothers.
Sorry for their loss.
Yeah.
I bet she's in for Rehydrated Ganon.
I mean, who isn't, honestly?
I know, right? I'm in for Rehydrated Ganon.
Are we dunking on someone by saying that they're into Rehydrated Ganon?
No, because everyone's into Rehydrated Ganon.
Yeah, Rehydrated Ganon's cool.
Even you're into Rehydrated Ganon, Brian. You don't know it yet.
Yeah.
Be a whole snack. He's a fucking 4-course meal.
He's
and
definitely
dessert.
a hunk.
Rehydrated Ganon is a bento box?
No, it's a 4-course meal and dessert.
So I did reply to this tweet, and I said, Link to the Past, Breath of the Wild, Wind Waker, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask.
Cool.
Yeah. Which I believe are all Coward's traditional choices.
No, I don't think there's really a Coward's traditional choice. I think they're all just good Zelda games. A lot of people are going to choose them because they know they're good Zelda games.
Yeah.
Aren't these supposed to be reflective of personal taste? Like, you shouldn't be saying, like, I'm going to pick games that I believe are, like, objectively the best. You're supposed to be like, these are reflections of personal experience and taste, right?
Right.
Well, like, a top 5 is somewhere between those things. No one's going to argue Andre 3000 doesn't deserve to be one of the top 5 rappers or whatever.
Who?
But you're allowed to put shit like LL Cool J if it's, like, really resonates with you, even though, like, he'd get waxed by anyone in real life. So, I don't know, man.
What does getting waxed mean?
Just getting beat publicly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There may be people that played those 5 Zelda games and they play the other ones and they feel like these are the ones that matter to them the most. And that's an entirely valid feeling. If they just don't want to get bullied in public because of, like, the Zelda games that they've played, maybe they say the ones that are the most acclaimed, and you know what? Why fight with them anyways? Like, what do you get out of it?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Walk up to someone and be like, you didn't have a resonant experience with Ocarina of Time?
Yeah.
Like, how are you gonna fucking judge that?
Who cares? Holy shit. That being said, I wouldn't put Ocarina of Time in my top 5. I'm still OG Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and I'm putting Cadence of Hyrule in my top 5.
Okay. That's fair.
Tegan,
Yes.
here's the content everyone's here for.
Everyone wants to know what my top 5 Legend of Zelda games are?
Yeah.
I Can't you make me choose among my children? I'm gonna say Link's Awakening, number 1. Wind Waker's number 2. Ocarina of Time is number 3. Breath of the Wild's number 4. And Twilight Princess is number 5. Yep.
Okay.
Very close number 6 is Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons.
So am I to understand, I just want to make sure, Rocky, you didn't say Majora's Mask, did you, right?
I didn't, no.
Okay. So neither one of you said Majora's Mask?
No.
Okay. Thank you for listening to the last episode of Impossible Coin, everybody.
Wait! Brian!
No, this is a hill he's gonna die on, Tegan. Like, are you willing to kill Brian over this?
Okay, like, Brian's allowed to have Majora's Mask in his top 5. That's fine.
Yeah.
It did a lot of really cool, interesting things. It set up a lot of stuff for other games. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's just not in my personal top 5. I experienced a lot of frustration playing that game because the entire time I was trying to play it, my younger cousin was over and he wanted to play it. And so it was literally like 4 hours a day of watching just the first like 30 minutes of the game. You know, until like the moon crashes into the world and like you're supposed to do something to stop it. Yeah, I didn't get any further than that for like 4 days while he was visiting. It was so frustrating. It was the absolute worst experience.
What a trash cousin.
The rest of the game, great. Had a blast, but like, that first sour bit for me made it really hard. Like, I had to put the game down for a while and then like come back to it. That's just reflective of my time with it. So that's not a big deal. Like, you had a great time with it. That's good.
All right.
Enjoy the things you like.
Maybe the show's not canceled.
I'm surprised you aren't shitting all over me for saying Link's Awakening is my top Zelda game.
No, I have said in the past, and I believe the court record will show, that I've never played Link's Awakening. Handheld Zeldas are frequently a gap for me. So I'm really looking forward to this opportunity come September to play a game which is so highly respected. Like, there are a shit ton of people out there that say Link's Awakening is their favorite Zelda game by a mile. And that's really interesting to me. And I'm like, gosh, I guess I'm going to get to see what all the hubbub's about. So, looking forward to the hubbub.
One fear. I have one fear now.
What's that?
I'm afraid you're not going to like it.
It's definitely not everyone's Zelda.
Link's Awakening's fundamental to me as a Zelda player because it was my first Zelda game. That was my first game. That got me, like, into gaming, into, like, everything else. So, like, it's my favorite because it was very important for me at, like, as, like, a developing of my person.
Right.
As into the person that I've become. I don't know, like, obviously that's not going to translate when you're playing the game. So, it's a very standard Zelda game.
That's not the beat I have on it from here. What I've been able to see is that there's a lot of things that do seem very standard Zelda, but there's also some shit that seems downright weird.
Oh, okay. Like Christine weird or like Animal Village weird?
Like, here comes enemies that exist in entirely other franchises.
Oh, okay, yeah. Alright, fair enough.
Which seems like a very deliberate, intentional choice. And like, okay, that's strange. And I know that the fan base for that game has very heavy overlap with the fan base for Earthbound. I've heard very good things about the writing and puzzle design in that. There is a lot around this game.
Oh, okay.
It definitely has my curiosity. It has my attention.
Well, the good news is, Brian.
Yes?
I still have my original game guide. So if you get stuck, feel free to text me. And I'll tell you exactly what you need to do. Because I still have my original game guide. I left it out in the rain once and I got really sad about, like, I was sobbing about it. And so my mom fucking used her hairdryer and blow dried all of the pages individually so they wouldn't get stuck together.
That's so nice.
I know, my mom's so nice. I remember being so upset. I was so devastated.
So what else is going on with you, Tegan?
I'm getting lots of sleep, but I am tired. It's a good time. I say I'm getting lots of sleep. I'm getting sleep. It's not great sleep. And it's not as much sleep as I'd like. Despite being, like, more than my usual 6 hours. And I think part of that problem is my partner in the sleep. Not my bed, Alex. I think it's Alex.
Go on.
So, yeah. So we go to bed at different times, right? And Alex gets up at like 6-ish in the morning to get ready for work, which is like fine. But sometimes he'll get up and then he'll snooze his alarm. And then he snoozes his alarm. And then he snoozes his alarm. And then he gets up. And then he does whatever he does to get ready. And I have like another hour-ish of solid sleep. And it's always like, that's the really good sleep. You know what I'm talking about. And then he comes back into our bedroom and begins the process of showering. And he begins this process by turning on the speaker in the bathroom and then broadcasting my brother, and me very loudly so he can hear it over the water. And that wakes me up. And then I'm grumpy. Because I wake up too. The McElroys are not experts. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me again? I'm tired. As much as I adore those boys, I do not want to listen to them have some weird argument in my bathroom. You know?
Right, and this all definitely makes sense, and I can see why you're so upset, because obviously you've mentioned this to your partner.
Not yet. Trying to figure out if it's a big enough issue that I need to mention it, or if I should just or if am I being a bitch?
No.
I'm that girl on our relationships. But, I'm worried I'm actually being a bitch instead of, my boyfriend's doing something amazingly heinous. He told me that he doesn't believe women should have the right to vote. Should I be upset about that? It's my boyfriend wakes me up every morning when he showers because he's listening to the McElroys really fucking loudly. Should I be mad about it? I don't know.
I don't...
Rocky, what's a food object which has only 2 layers?
A Pop-Tart.
Oh, cool. All right. Tegan, this is a Pop-Tart. All right. Layer 1. Is the question, am I a bitch for saying, hey, can you not play the McElroys loudly while taking a shower? No, that is not at all a bad thing. Layer 2 is being angry about it when you haven't said anything.
I'm not angry. I'm just frustrated.
Those are in a similar wheelhouse, but I think you should probably talk to Alex about it.
Yeah.
The reason that, our relationships threads, are usually comedy is that, the things that are happening to a lot of these women are so egregious. It's just yes, you should have talked about this. Why are you still in this relationship? That's the weird part because it's crossed so many lines.
You guys broke me with that fucking thing.
In this particular case, this is, one line.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that it's, not important enough to engage on. It probably means that, a gentle conversation could be helpful. That might be a good thing to consider, I think.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier you had, multiple bathrooms or something, right? There are ways around this, and it seems that they're relatively painless.
Yeah, we have 2 bathrooms complete with 2 showers. Well, technically we have 2.5 bathrooms, because we do have 1 bathroom that's just a toilet.
Okay, I got another layer on this thing.
Ironically, Pop-Tarts actually tend to have 3 layers and not 2.
Oh, that's a good point. There's the frosting.
Frosting, crust, and then, filling.
The only one which is 2-layer is unfrosted blueberry.
There's also unfrosted strawberry.
Oh, I didn't realize they did unfrosted strawberry as well.
Yeah.
I could get into that.
I'm with it. It was a good time when I was a kid.
Unfrosted strawberry is just strawberry jelly on toast.
It's a strawberry tart.
As a sandwich.
Yeah, it's a tart.
It's not a sandwich.
It's not a tart. It's not a tart. There's no whole pieces of fruit in that thing.
Is that... Okay. We'll debate tarts later.
Okay. So, if he's just I can listen to this podcast later and I don't need to do it when I'm showering, then that's the master bath. That's his fucking bathroom. I would say that, going 35 years away to shower is, at that point, not acceptable. That would then be an unreasonable request. I think that, the line for reasonable is, can you not listen to the podcast? Not, can you not use the master bath?
Well, could it be could you not listen to the podcast? Alternately, if you have to listen to the podcast, could you use the other bathroom?
That's a leading statement.
Also, I have like a $10 like waterproof speaker that like I just put on my shower head and I can listen to stuff pretty low. Like, there are numerous solutions to what's going on, but I think the important thing is that it needs to begin with a conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, do I have to?
Yep.
You don't have to, Tegan.
Can't I just sit here and stew on it and be like, wow, this is dumb, but like acknowledge also that it's not like relationship ending, it's just dumb?
Well, okay. The thing is, Tegan, is two things. One is that if you stew about it, and even if you can acknowledge that it's dumb, it's not going to make your life any better. Also, if you let it stew, what you run the risk of this showing up as like a footnote of like some other nonsense in the future. And maybe the second thing is a lot more diffusable, but now it becomes a bit more complicated because now there's this whole shower thing that's been waiting to like come up. It's not a good idea. It's definitely better to address like what's happening and see what can be done about it.
Okay.
I feel like this is a similar conversation to the one we had where, can you, instead of grinding your beans first thing in the morning, grind your beans the night before and set your coffee maker to auto-percolate?
Wait a minute. Why is grinding the beans in the morning a problem?
It's loud! It's so loud!
Tegan, it's also in the fucking kitchen. Unless he's bringing...
The whole thing was, it wasn't an issue, except it was so loud.
Tegan, is it one of those
Yeah.
You know those, like, handheld, like, battery-powered grinders? That people use so that way they can have, like, their fresh ground shit to put in a French press wherever they go?
I don't know shit about coffee. No. It's a thing you plug into the wall and you go...
Okay. So, the event happening in the kitchen. All right, then, yeah, you got nothing. You got nothing.
Well, I won that argument. I won that argument because it let him sleep in an extra 20 minutes.
I don't think we have, like, the breath to rule on a lot of these things, because once again, we're not there. Like, it's not our lives.
Well, like, I acknowledge also that I am a very late sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is a like, I go to sleep very easily. I stay asleep okay. But if a noise is sudden enough, I will wake up. So, like, the cat screaming, like, that wakes me up. Sometimes when he rolls over, I wake up. I get anything that my brain decides to interpret as an alarm, I wake up. And the noise that the speaker makes when it turns on is booty boop. And it sounds like one of my old alarms, and so that automatically wakes me up.
Have you considered posting in relationship advice?
No, I'm not gonna post relationship advice. It's stupid. It's not egregious enough.
Can you please post in relationship advice?
Once again, guys, like, our relationships is actually a resource that a lot of people use to get, like, honest feedback on, like, things that are going on in their relationships. The ones that end up on Twitter are especially egregious, and, you know, that's why they're on Twitter. But, like, the board itself is actually, like, really helpful to a lot of people.
Yeah, so that way you can get an answer to this important question. My boyfriend is wealthy, well-educated, and completely normal man, but he believes without any irony that he met a vampire, and he confessed this while he was high. Should I ask him about it while he's sober?
Here we go. There's obviously trolls, Brian. Like...
Yes, you should, because that's amazing. Please have your boyfriend recount the time he met a vampire. Please. That's great. I love it. Use it for, like, the plot to your novel, because you're not gonna have to work. You're gonna be a stay-at-home, like, author lady. Just fucking do it. Steal his idea. Make millions.
You see a stay-at-home author lady?
Yeah, stay-at-home author lady.
They make those. They're still around.
Man. Well, I'm hoping that there is a resolution to your crisis regarding the McElroys.
I feel like I already know what the resolution to my crisis is.
What's that?
I hope it goes well.
I should just fucking get up at 7 o'clock in the morning.
And there it is. Tika, when you described your sleep, and you also included the amount of time that you generally sleep, and you're like, hey, I get to sleep easy, I stay asleep easy, and then you talk about, like, when this stuff happens, that sounds a lot like your body just naturally waking up.
No, I sleep. I want sleep. I want to sleep and wake up when I want to wake up.
then perhaps the person to be angry with isn't...
Is myself!
Yeah, your
wow,
body.
I'm such a shit human.
Oh,
Garbage.
God.
Thanks for helping me.
Thousands of years of human development, Rocky. That's how.
As a reminder to myself, I'm going to turn off my alarm to remind me to go to work because I don't go to work today. Haha.
Congrats.
Thanks. I almost had to go to work today, but then I said no. What?
I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it is. Holy shit. I almost had to go to work today, but then I said, nah.
Yeah, I said no. They said, hey, can you come into work today? And I said, no. No, I can't. Sorry. Can't do it today.
Oh, shit. I'm good. I'm
not gonna do it. I'm tired. I'm tired, TM, and I want to play fucking Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem! Okay, no, but Fire Emblem's fucking sick. Okay, that's not...
Did you pick the Golden Deer?
I did pick the Golden Deer. Claude is pretty cool. I feel like if I played Fem Byleth, he would have been hitting on me the whole time. He's still kind of hitting on me right now, so, whatever. There is a girl that's in the squad. It's the one that's about money, and she's trying to, one-up me at every turn. Okay, I have to apologize. I'm playing this game a little deviously, because I know the game gave me, personality types. There's the silent loner that only talks to animals. There's a loudmouth caster. There is the commoner girl who's really shrewd and worships my father in a way that I don't as a character, I guess. Mm-hmm. So I'm inverting a lot of those because there's the one girl that's trying to one up me at every turn, and since I'm controlling her movements, I just give her less fights so she gets less XP. No, I was because I was just no, you're not gonna. You're not gonna beat me. So Protag is obviously ahead of everyone else because I just have him do more damage. The shy girl that is super unconfident, what I've been doing is just putting her in situations where she could clean up fights. So I have her kill off low level targets. I did that with the bookish archer type too, who's definitely has some concerns about fighting in war or in combat. He seems like a conscientious objector. I'm speccing him out of bows, because that's a thing you can do, because, you're the teacher, and, everyone's, leveling their skills, through, lectures and whatnot. So in my private lessons, we're focusing more on, magic, both healing and damaging, and away from, traditional combat implements. Claude, starts out as, a bow user, but he actually has, an interesting potential with axes, and so we've been working on that for the past couple of weeks. The game itself is, very Persona-esque. So, every month, you have, a story mission that everyone has to do. And you can't miss it, unlike in Persona, because you don't get that kind of freedom. Generally, the students are in classes during the week, and you set up, what you want them to work on. You can even give them, group projects to do, work at the stables to improve their writing ability. Or you can have them apparently pick weeds, which makes them better with heavy armor. I guess it's just doing manual labor. And on Saturdays, you essentially get off. And then that's when you get a choice of what to do, which is either to run around the campus and do side quests and talk to people. You can go to a seminar that other instructors can give you, which will improve the protag skills the same way that lectures improve the students. And students show up to those too. You can also do practice battles and just grind forever if you want to. Or you can have everyone rest, which sounds like a wasted week, but what it does is that it increases everyone's motivation, which allows you to do more private lessons with each individual student. And it turns out, while you pick your group or whatever, you can hodgepodge whatever team you want together. It's just that students that are outside your original house, to recruit them, you need to develop your personal strengths in a particular way. Caspar, who is the goofy green-haired kid that you posted about earlier, Tegan. If you don't take... Oh, God. I can't remember if he's an Elgard or Fargus. But if you don't take his class, you can recruit him, but you need, a prerequisite, strength level and brawling level. Even without that, if, recruiting people is, a pain in the ass, which it currently is, you can actually ask one person from a different class to accompany you on missions. and they'll fight on your team, and they level...
I can steal students? Wait, I can steal students?
Well, yeah, you can steal students permanently, or like, for the month, or for...
I'm gonna steal those two dumbasses and make them fall in love.
Oh, God.
They're gonna have cotton candy-haired children, and it's gonna be great.
Shit. I guess it's doable. Like, because they still get, like, support bonuses even if they're just, like, moonlighting with your group, but they don't get XP from battles. So, like, you don't want them to confirm kills. You'd rather just have them, whittle stuff down. Or there's like a young singer type that is in the Edelgard group, the one with the red girl.
Mm-hmm.
She has an ability that anyone that begins their turn adjacent to her gets like a free like micro heal, which is really nice.
Ooh, okay.
So I've been taking her along with me and just building like a vanguard around her. And then just every turn, everyone gets like 5 to 7 HP back. It's really useful. And, there's like a couple personal things you can do. Like when you're exploring the campus, you find like random items which you can use or sell. But also there are lost items that belong to particular characters. And you can give them to those characters to increase the pro tag support relationship with them, but also increase their motivation, which is like helpful for lessons. And that doesn't extend just to, like, students. You can also, like, build relationships with teachers. I don't know what's up with Manuela, but, like, Manuela's, like, weirdly hot, and I'm kind of into it. There is also a student, Petra, who seems really cool, but she is the foreign student, and the bit that they're doing with her is that, like, she keeps conjugating words wrong when she's trying to speak in, like, quote-unquote English.
Okay. I mean, in Japanese, she probably uses the wrong tense, so...
That sounds like what she's doing in this, too. Like, she'll be using present tense when she means past.
Yeah, yep. That would translate.
She's from a foreign nation. She's still royalty. Like, she's like a princess. She's apparently, like, focused on writing. I want to recruit her at some point, because she seems cool. But I think my dex is still too low. But... I'm having fun with it. I'm like, the game came out, Friday? And, like, have about 8 hours in it already somehow. I don't know how that happened, but that's where I'm at. And the rewind system is actually really useful. Like, I've saved scum, once, but it wasn't because of battles. And whenever someone dies in a way that I figure is preventable, I can just press a button and I can rewind back up till I made that move, up until, I can use someone else to protect them, or all the way to the beginning of the battle if I really want to. So... it's really nice. I'm having a good time with that.
I hear that the different houses are essentially the way the game has coded its difficulty settings.
Maybe. Like, the Blue Lions, they seem like the easiest because they have mostly physical attackers. And, the way that magic works in this game, it's kind of like a subclass that anyone has access to. So, most characters can get access to magic spells, and it doesn't cost an inventory slot or anything, which it did in older games. The Golden Deer, while there are a handful of archers in it, I feel like it's balanced pretty well. I have physical attackers, I have a couple magic users, and I have range attackers, so I can just put someone directly in front of an enemy and have 2 or 3 people nuke them with stuff, which is helpful. The battalions also are really useful too, because you can add AoE to your attacks with it, which is nice. Edelgard I know is mostly magic users, which can be tough because magic users notoriously have low HP and whatnot. And I know Kat Bailey has already said that she felt like that looks like New Game Plus. Mm-hmm. And that may be in terms of difficulty. I'm still not entirely sure, but magic is actually pretty strong in this game, especially because you get access to, the goofy shit earlier.
You do?
Yeah, because, in yes. Older Fire Emblem games, you just had, elements, and, the tree was all that you could do, but it was just, damage, but now it's lightning. Damage, but now it's fire. But I have, a couple magic users, and I'm only, maybe 4 chapters in, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That have, magic with sub-effects. I have one magic user that has 4 different spells already. One is just, dark magic. The second one is dark magic, but it reduces speed. And it's by, the perfect number, by, 5. Because, if you have 5 more speed than, your opponent, you get to hit them twice. And so it's essentially like a buff for everyone that tries to hit that thing. And she also has a magic ability, Luna, which was like B-class magic, like mid to late game before, that allows you to hit someone while ignoring their resistance stat. So like armored users are like paladins that are notoriously hard to hit with magic. You can just roast them clean, which is really cool. And, oh God, I know there's like extended range stuff that you get earlier. Like the combat art is actually really useful. Like definitely fuck with those. The way that they work is that like they cost more durability to like use with your attack, but like the trade-off feels fair. I'm playing it like on hard mode, and I haven't experienced any trouble with durability yet. Like I've broken literally one weapon. And even so, even if you break weapons, you're able to use them when they're broken. You just like get reduced stats as opposed to like not being able to do anything. And the combat arts, like the bow users can hit stuff from like 3 spaces away instead of 2, which is just like super fucking useful. And like mages have like nukes that can hit people without reductions in accuracy. Most of them are damage buffs. The brawler types, the people that use like the fisticuffs or like the cestas, I guess, they have abilities that are movement based, where you can use like a combat art that allows you to like dash through a person after you hit them, or even like hit them and like jump back so like they can't retaliate as easily. There's a lot of really neat like stuff to like play around with, both in the battles and like exploring characters. The support conversations are good so far. I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I have no notes like for this Fire Emblem game. There's nothing like that's bothering me about it. It just feels really good.
I did see some people online saying that they felt like they were having to distribute kills in their party again to make sure that like everybody was getting leveled up at the same speed, that they're having to worry about people getting underleveled if they're not making a conscious effort to distribute kills.
Well, yeah, that is the case. That is also classic Fire Emblem, but also I feel like that's just like classic TRPG, at least the ones with like leveling systems. There aren't really ways to spread experience without combat. You can still level up your skills, and so like you can end up like under level over geared, and you could still play through the game like that.
A lot of RPGs have gotten good about the idea of like party XP. The idea that like if somebody was in your party when the murder happened, everybody shares in the bounty of the murder.
That has become more popular with RPGs.
Yeah.
But it's maybe I'm used to it. Like that might be something that I'm like, blind to.
Okay.
But it doesn't seem like it's that big a deal. But, take it with a grain of salt, I guess.
And Tegan, you haven't cracked into this yet, right?
No, I'm about to as soon as we're done.
Okay.
I was going to this morning, but I got distracted making breakfast. My bad. Next time I won't eat in the morning and I'll play video games instead.
No, Tegan, please eat food whenever possible. That would be ideal.
I ate good food today. It's not even orange.
I'm happy for you, Teags.
I had strawberries. It's real food.
Oh, God. I haven't had strawberries in a minute.
To be fair, I also did completely cover them in whipping cream, but there's only 15 calories in a tablespoon of whipping cream.
How much whipping cream did you use, Tegan?
I don't know, probably like 8 tablespoons. Oh, I lied. It's 15 calories and 2 tablespoons of whipping cream, so I'm still good.
Yeah, still good.
Barely any calories.
Yeah, about 60 calories.
So, Rocky, you're a man known to fuck with food and drink for science and take pride in the food and drink that you make. Like,
yeah, I do stuff like that.
Have you heard about this whole idea of like jam jar cocktails?
I've seen a bit of it.
Okay. This whole idea that like, do you have a jam jar which is just about empty? The jam jar is now to the point where you're like, the internal debate would now start about whether or not you throw it out or whether you really get in there and you go crazy. But this idea of like, well, what you do at this point, instead of just throwing it out, is you put like 2 shots of booze in there and then like screw the lid back on and shake it up. And I was like, is this a viable technique? And Google is replete with people who are like, yeah, man, jam jar lifestyle. And I'm like, who are all the jam jar experimenters?
The people who are struggling, dude. Like, have you seen this economy, man? Like, it's jam jar, like, cocktails aren't, like, edge tech. Like, that's not what it is, dude. It's strugglenomics. Like, that's all it is.
I mean, it seems, just from, like, a science perspective, it seems interesting and neat just because the way the alcohol interacts with the little tiny sticky leavings of jam on the edge of the jam jar, it breaks it down. Like, because that's what alcohol does.
That's what alcohol does.
Yeah.
They're not washing these jam jars first?
No, they're just putting vodka, like, at the bottom of it and shaking it up.
What the fuck?
It's like different types of booze go in different types of jams. Like, put like 2 to 3 ounces of bourbon in like a blueberry jam jar. Yeah, that kind of thing. And so, like, there's this whole, like, emergent jam jar cocktail scene. And I saw, like, somebody being like, okay, so here's what you do. You take your blueberry jam jar, and then you take a single spoonful of peanut butter, and you throw it in there, and then you put in the booze.
What the fuck?
And you got yourself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich cocktail.
I'm uncomfortable.
It's nothing to write home about. The chemistry, like, checks out, you know?
Yeah.
You can definitely put the stuff in there, and you can drink it. And it may be pleasant, but it doesn't sound like something that you really go out of your way to do. It's just more like, I was going to throw away this jar anyways. I got some bourbon lying around. Let's just do some shit.
Yeah.
But, like, I would never recommend someone to, like, plan for this specifically.
Right.
Like, that's not what I would suggest. Like, it seems thoroughly fine, but it doesn't feel, like, special.
It doesn't seem like something that you could really plan for easily anyway, because the whole thing is, it's not really a repeatable experience with the same container, because once you've done the shake with a jar once, because of the way the alcohol interacts with the jelly in the jar, or the jam in the jar, like, you can't do it twice, because you've now, like, removed all of the booze from the sides of the wall of the jar.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It's weird. It's science. I hadn't really seen anybody saying, like, and here's what you do if you ain't got shit. Like, I had not seen it. I had not heard of it as it being a component of strugglenomics until you said anything.
At its core, it's really strugglenomics, but it may be more presented as, like, hipster nonsense. If that makes sense. But, like, a lot of hipster nonsense is just, like, overpaying for, like, cheap shit, I feel like. And that's the way I see it. Like, someone did this when they were broke, they had some booze, like, you know, they had a bottle that they, like, have been trying to forget about, and they just ran out of jam, and it's just like, let's see what happens, and they just did it.
Yeah.
And then someone wrote about it on the internet, I guess.
Now, before we dig into news, there was something that, like, came up as when we were talking about these wrestlers and their top 5 Zelda games, there was something which Rocky casually mentioned as a byproduct of that, which was the idea of LL Cool J in somebody's top 5. Mm-hmm. So there's something I would now like to read. This is The Unassailable Playlist by Dave Lang and Jeff Gersman. This playlist is apparently above reproach, according to them. Dwick, featuring Nice and Smooth, Gangstar. They Reminisce Over You, Pete Rock and CL Smooth. DNA, Kendrick Lamar. Straight Outta Compton, NWA. Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos, Public Enemy. Whatever You Like, T.I. Grindin', Clips. Live at the Barbecue, Main Source. X Gonna Give It To Ya, DMX. Represent, Nas, all caps, Mad Villain. Lucchini, a.k.a. This Is It, Camp Low. All the Lights, Kanye. Nostalgia, featuring Kendrick Lamar, Pusha T. 93 Till Infinity, Souls of Mischief. Anti-Up, M.O.P. My Melody. Eric B. Born to Roll, Master Ace Incorporated. I'm That Type of Guy, LL Cool J. Protagonist, Felt. Watch Out Now, The Beatnuts. Blackout, Method Man and Redman. Wu-Tang Clan Ain't Nothing to Fuck With, The Wu-Tang Clan. Get Yourself a, Nas. No Duh, K-Flay. And So, Boot Camp Click, Work It, Missy Elliott, and Back to Back, Drake. That is the unassailable playlist.
I don't really have a fight about it.
I think I've only heard one song on that entire list.
I know you've heard Annie Up by MOP. You probably just didn't know what it was.
I don't know that I have.
Have you seen that one? I think it had to have been a shitpost where it's like Bert and Ernie and there's like a rap song going on in the background.
No.
Okay. That one was like Annie Up. I actually would have picked Mama Said Knock You Out, but I'm That Type of Guy from LL Cool J is like one of the few great LL Cool J songs. But like he doesn't have a lot of those. I'm not going to attack the playlist. It's fine.
I still literally think I've only heard one of those songs.
We'll take them.
And I think it was Whatever You Like.
Oh, by T.I.?
I think? Maybe?
Wait, you haven't heard Back to Back?
I don't think so.
It was one of the diss tracks that Drake did for like Meek Mill.
Nope.
Or what? No, you've heard like DNA. Or like I got loyalty, I got royalty inside my DNA.
Nope.
Okay. Maybe Tina's never heard any of the songs.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Tina, I feel like you could benefit from spending some time with the unassailable playlist.
It's a good playlist.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is a good-ass playlist.
If you want to get hyped, Tegan, like this is a playlist that you can do that with. Or like Work It from Missy Elliott?
X Gonna Give It To You.
Okay, yeah, that's been on Pokemon shitposts. Like, you had to have seen that one.
Yeah, okay, I've definitely heard Whatever You Like. I've definitely heard that one. Well, what's the one that you think I've heard?
X Gonna Give It To You?
Oh, there's a dirty version?
Yes, there is.
I have never heard the song before.
What? Okay, whatever. Fine. Tegan, we're gonna get you some time with the unassailable playlist. It's gonna be great.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I apologize to everyone listening who's gonna just be like, what do you mean you've never heard this song? Sorry,
We don't brook that nonsense, Tegan. If somebody hollers at someone for art they haven't consumed, they're trash in my eyes.
I mean, to be fair, like, I'm listening to stuff like As You Like It by Eve and Yellow by Kamiyama. So, I don't know. It's just not the same circle, I think.
Entirely possible. Do we want to move on from circles to news?
The news is just a different circle. It's just a circle that's also on fire.
Yeah,
Who wants to go to the fire circle?
Let's go to the fire circle!
Yeah, let's do it.
Tegan, what's going on?
The world's on fire, and brands are making Mario Maker levels now?
Well, yeah. Sounds like the stage of capitalism we're currently in.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Arby's made the first Mario Maker level.
Damn, Arby's beat Wendy's?
Yeah, Arby's beat Wendy's. So Arby's posted its first level at the beginning of July, and it was in the Super Mario Brothers 3, like, skin on it, and it was basically like Mario had to jump and get coins underneath this Arby's hat. But Wendy's is obviously showing everybody up. They've got levels called like Frosty World and Rest in Greece, and apparently they're really, really fun. But also, like, Wendy's dropped a rap album last year, so like, are we surprised that Wendy's Super Mario Maker levels are fun?
Also, one of the tracks was actually called Rest in Greece.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Tie-ins, multi-marketing tie-ins. Wendy's french fries are also really good, so like, still not surprised.
I really enjoyed the way that Wendy's rolled out the first of their levels. So like, GameStop's Twitter posted a meme of like a woman shouting at a cat that was sitting at a dinner table like a people.
Yeah.
And like...
I'm familiar with the meme where she's like angry and then the cat's just like, hee.
Right. The woman is like labeled, you angry that you're not getting the trade that you deserve on a game that you want to trade in. And then the cat is labeled, me, the social media intern that has very little to do with or nothing about traded values.
Yeah. That was a good one.
And then just like some rando responded to that and said, man, this is a Wendy's level tweet. At which point Wendy said, no, this is a Wendy's level tweet. At which point they dropped a level code for Mario Maker.
Oh fuck, let's go.
Oh my god.
And I was like, oh, good. Do you get it? Do you get it? Level tweet. And at this point, like, most of the charm, the bloom is off the rose for me, really, with, like, Wendy's social media. Rocky, what's going on?
So, Tencent, you guys remember Tencent, the world's largest video game publisher?
Sure do.
They had Riot Games update League of Legends to require authentication with a Chinese national ID for people who play in China. Tencent and Riot did this to satisfy the requirements of the Chinese government, who's claiming, still, a responsibility to reduce gaming addiction in children. Fortnite also implemented a similar system earlier this year. The update uses a citizen's national ID to verify their age. Once identified, Riot will enforce the Chinese government's limit on game time and forbid citizens from further play once they hit the 2-hour limit. The change has privacy watchdogs both in China and the US concerned, and especially so because Riot is an American company that's assisting the Chinese government. One of the things that puts this in context is that China has been trying to put together a social capital system which will assign citizens a score incorporating both standard financial metrics like debt repayment and also more personal information like shopping habits and online behavior. It is currently opt-in, but it will be mandatory for all Chinese citizens starting in 2020. Potential penalties for a low score includes losing the right to buy a plane or high-speed rail tickets, as well as losing the ability to take out loans or purchase property. And, this is the kicker, excessive time spent playing video games is one specific behavior that could lower your score with Sesame Credit, which is one of the companies that's running the pilot. So, it may be at some point that if you routinely play more than 2 hours of video games a day as like a child or whatever the new limit is as an adult, like you may not be able to buy a house or take out a loan or even, get on a plane to go visit your family. Like that's wild. Worried about it.
My mother has prepared me for this.
Tegan, you are not Chinese!
Not yet.
Oh god, this is a real problem. I'm really worried about this.
That is a real problem, though. I don't know if this is like, limiting how much video games people can play does not fix addiction. It doesn't.
Yeah.
You can use heroin, but only once a day. Alright, you're still addicted to heroin.
Yeah, and the social credit system, and, stuff like this is much more about, like, control than anything else. And I get that China has a really huge population, and some of these things need to be, like, monitored in a certain way, but, like, we have, like, credit scores and stuff, and we're okay, I'm really worried that, like, Riot's going along with this. Because, like, we had a similar thing about 10 years ago with Google, where China wanted Google to make them a search engine that they could control and censor, and ultimately, like, it fell apart, not because Google realized this was a shitty thing to do, but because people actively yelled at Google, hey, this is a shitty thing to do. And I feel like we missed this with Riot, but maybe it was just quiet enough. I don't know. They're companies that are interested in making money, and losing access to the Chinese market is definitely a huge deal, because, they, what was it, like something like $300 billion that came out of the Chinese market last year or some bullshit? I don't want to see how far this can go. I like for it to stop right now. That's currently where I'm at.
Private enterprise sure does love making considerable changes to their products if it means that they can get access to the gigantic, sweet-ass pile of money which exists within China. It ain't no joke. Have we talked about skeletons on this show before?
You mean the war that's coming?
No, the war that's underway, my dude. Like,
There's a war on skeletons?
there is a war on skeletons, Tegan. Depictions of skeletons are illegal in China.
Oh, yeah, we briefly talked about this.
Yeah, you can't show the skeletons. And so as a result, filmmakers and video game producers now, because they want to get in on that sweet, sweet pile of Chinese money, are much more likely to, with whatever they're making, no longer include a depiction of a skeleton because they don't want to have to edit it out later or run the risk of, like, getting vetoed by some Chinese censor board. Which is why, like, skeletons have all but disappeared from Hollywood because you need to rely on that international release money for your film. It's weird because, like, when people make stuff now, like, experiences no longer feel localized because they're trying to appeal to a large global market. It feels like very frequently stuff sans off, like, the local experience. The main requirement for making any piece of, like, commercial art now is as inoffensive as possible to the most number of governments. That's no way to be.
That's boring.
Agreed. What if I told you I was making a video game where you played a little skeleton man, but whenever you released your thumbstick, your skeleton man would continue walking?
It sounds like garbage. I don't want to play it.
Well, that might happen if I was using a Joy-Con to control my little skeleton man.
Yeah, true. It was a bad time.
Yeah.
Is it, like, is there a ghost? Is your Switch possessed?
It is possessed by low-cost parts and a desire to rush it out the door. The left Joy-Con has been a source of, like, frustration for Switch users since the Switch has launched. When the Switch launched, like, there was a lot of issues with people discovering just how easy it was to, like, altogether, like, block the signal from your Joy-Con to your Switch for the left Joy-Con. And the reason for that was that, like, internal antenna for the Joy-Con could be, like, rendered totally useless just depending on, like, if you didn't hold it in a very specific way, which is why a lot of the launch left Joy-Cons, you'd be out there running on the Great Plateau, and then all of a sudden, Link would just stop. And the way that Nintendo responded to that was to not really change the fundamental design of the left Joy-Con at all, instead put a conductive piece of foam inside of the left Joy-Cons before they went out the factory. It works for the most part. If that little conductive piece of foam is in the Joy-Con, then, like, the antenna now has enough strength. The other issue, though, comes from the way the stick is constructed, and that is what's been driving all of the media coverage on Joy-Cons for, like, the last week. So, Kotaku published an article. It was by Gita Jackson, talking about Joy-Con drift, the phenomenon of the Joy-Con analog stick continuing to register movement even after you've released your thumb from it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that, like, going into the Joy-Con calibration doesn't fix the problem. After Kotaku covered it, then Patrick Klepek at Vice covered it. And then after Patrick Klepek covered it, then somebody filed a class action lawsuit. You can go join the class. And after the class action lawsuit was filed, Patrick Klepek at Vice obtained an internal Nintendo memo. And the memo instructs customer service representatives to not charge customers who are seeking repairs for their Joy-Con and to refund customers who have already paid for repairs. The details obtained indicate, though, that the customer has to provide a proof of purchase. And so I wanted to ask you guys, would you be able to prove the purchase of your Joy-Cons today?
No.
Yeah. That was what I was thinking as well. It's like, I don't have any receipt at this point for my Nintendo Switch purchase.
Wait, Yeah, I don't think Nintendo's requiring proof of purchase. Like, I think that's been updated.
Yeah, not anymore.
When did that change happen?
I don't know. Thursday?
Within the week? Yeah.
Like, it's actually in, like, the Vice article.
Okay. Good on them for that.
Yeah.
I still haven't had any issues with Joy-Con drift. I've got 3 sets of Joy-Cons.
Well, I mean, I might be a savage. Like, I can fully acknowledge that. However, my left Joy-Con drift has been so bad that I literally don't use it anymore. That's a lot of the reason of why I bought the Pro Controller that I use. The fact that it's shaped like a GameCube is definitely an added bonus. But, like, I don't fuck with my Joy-Cons anymore, specifically because I got sick of dealing with the drift.
One of the things that happened when we were still in the pre-release stage for the Switch, before any of us had Switches, one of the things that Nintendo said before the Switch came out, even before their first big introduction event in the January of 2017, was on a call to investors. It was the prior November, like shortly after they put out the first like 3 to 4 minute video of the Switch, where they're like, "Hey guys, it's going to be called the Switch." When they had that next investor call, one of the things that they said to investors that stood out to me as a red flag in that moment was the Switch will be profitable on a per unit basis on day one.
That's kind of wild.
Then once we got a hold of the specs of the Switch, we were able to see like what chip was in it and what the resolution of the screen was. I was like, well, gosh, if you're getting that thing out the door at $300, then what is driving down the cost, so therefore the unit being profitable, has to come from somewhere.
Sure.
Right. And it feels like the Joy-Cons and the rails on the side of the Switch are where that comes from. They feel cheap. They really do. And I certainly hope that Nintendo takes a good, hard look at, like, Joy-Con construction and makes some, like, changes to the underlying design of it. Because it feels like these decisions will become more expensive for them in the future, and even more negative experience for their customers. Rock, when your Joy-Con began to suck, you had the decision of sending your Joy-Con in for service, getting new Joy-Cons, or getting a Pro Controller. What if you were, I don't know, Rocky, a Switch Lite user?
Yeah, you'd have to send in the whole Switch.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same issue you'd have if you had to send in, like, your 3DS.
True.
Regular DS.
Oh, sure. But I don't think there are people lining up anywhere to talk about, like, a fundamental problem to the design of the 3DS that requires the thing to be, like, sent in by the boatload. That didn't happen. The 3DS is a sturdy little piece of hardware that does and did what it was supposed to do. So you're right. Like, if somebody has a problem with the 3DS, they need to send in a 3DS. But what we're talking about here is, like, a fundamental flaw in the design of the Joy-Con. And if that same flaw is incorporated into the design of the analog stick on the Switch Lite, then you'll have people having to send off their whole systems by the buttload.
I'm still not sure about a fundamental flaw. I understand that someone is trying to put together a class action lawsuit, and it's very smart of Nintendo to basically say, just send them in and we'll fix them, to, you know, undercut that effort, but potentially get enough data that they could address it, like, properly. But this isn't as big as, like, Red Ring of Death, where it was affecting, I don't know, like a third of all Xbox 360s. I know that, like, Kotaku did, like, a soft figure of, like, 25% of the people in their office are affected by, like, Joy-Con drift. But I don't know how well that spreads to the rest of the population. And it may be a function of, like, wear and tear. And, like, that's still an issue.
Rocky, I have 2 pairs of Joy-Cons. Mm-hmm. And the pair which I use more frequently is experiencing drift in the left Joy-Con.
Yeah. The problem is that, like, the left Joy-Con definitely has a lot of shit in it, more so than the right one.
Yep.
And so it may be that it's a bit more fragile, and it may be like a function of like wear and tear. And Nintendo should definitely do something about it. But calling it a fundamental flaw may be a step too far.
So the reason I'm more comfortable with that, Rocky, is the history of analog stick design on Nintendo hardware.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back to the N64, the very act of moving the stick would damage the stick.
Mm-hmm.
And so, which is why if you go and you look at original off-the-shelf Nintendo 64 controllers now, most of them just don't work right anymore and need to have the sticks replaced because the stick set too low in the socket would grind itself when you were moving it.
Mm-hmm.
So games that required, and it was something that not a lot of people noticed with like the launch N64 lineup, because the launch N64 lineup wasn't very demanding on stick usage. But when games like GoldenEye and Star Fox came out, you started to see like, oh, things that require more rapid movement accelerate the damage. So like Smash Brothers and GoldenEye, like sticks started to get fucked quick. This isn't the first time that Nintendo has had a design problem with a stick. There are some late model N64 controllers where like the stick does like more of like a traditional like float. You'll see with analog sticks Nintendo uses now where it's not sitting directly at the bottom of the socket grinding away.
Right.
They have put out sticks before that are just bad that they don't update until they do an entire hardware revision. What I'm really hoping is we're about to see this new baseline Switch model where they're like, hey guys, there's a new baseline Switch model. It has much better battery life. You can recognize the new baseline Switch model by checking for these letters on the box. Also, the box will look like this. And there's some other things that are part of that we know just because of like details that have come out of the factory where the new Switches are being built, which is that those screens have a slightly higher resolution, which probably has to do with the fact that like the cost of the screens that they were using on the Switch before were going up because less people are demanding them now because those screens were primarily being used by phone manufacturers. And so as phone manufacturers moved on to better screens, those screens became less used and so therefore more expensive. So I'm hoping that just like the march toward cheaper stuff, this is weird. I hope that the march toward cheaper stuff on other parts of the Switch means that they're able to dump more money into the left Joy-Con and then can create a revision. Obviously, they're aware that the signal issue was a thing because when people would send left Joy-Cons to them and say like, hey, like there's no signal on my left Joy-Con, it just stops transmitting to my Switch. You know, Nintendo's response was to open those left Joy-Cons and put in a piece of conductive foam over the antenna, and it would fix the problem. So it wasn't like an imagined issue with like the transmission problem. They knew exactly how big a piece of foam to put in, where to put the foam, and it would fix the issue. And like I have no doubt that anybody who actually sends in their left Joy-Cons to Nintendo is going to get the issue fixed. I think that they'll do right by their customers in that way, but I think that making sure that left Joy-Cons that go out the door now don't go out the door with that problem. Like, implement the fix at the production level so that way you don't have this customer experience like some small number of years later where their equipment isn't responding the way it's intended to.
Well, the unique thing about the drift is that it hasn't been fixed by the repair support team. But one of the things that's in the class action suit is that they did send in their Joy-Cons to be repaired by Nintendo, and they got them back, and they started drifting soon after. I think there was like one instance, which is mostly unverified to be honest, but they said that they sent in their Joy-Cons to be fixed because of drift, and they got them back. They took them out of the box, and they just drifted immediately after, like as if they didn't do anything. Maybe there isn't a permanent fix yet, but it's possible that the fix may have been undone. It could have been jumbled in the mail. Like, who knows? But it's definitely seems like a deeper problem that Nintendo may not have a clear-cut answer for yet.
I am hoping that the answer to this story is, and then Nintendo fixed Joy-Con drift, but...
And then Nintendo fixed their Joy-Cons, and everyone forgot about Joy-Con drift for a moment, and all was good.
That sounds nice.
But they got to do that in order to get to the end of that story. So
yeah. So there was a story that we talked a little bit about a while back, and it has a resolution. But I'm going to start with the resolution. I'll get back into the background afterwards. Kroenke Sports and Entertainment, owner of Arsenal, the Denver Nuggets, and the Los Angeles Gladiators, agreed to a deal to acquire Echo Fox's League of Legends Championship Series slot. They paid $30.25 million for it. The story that we talked about before started on May 15th, where League of Legends developer Riot Games announced that Echo Fox would have 60 days to remove minority owner Amit Raizada from its investors following Raizada's use of racist language toward a business partner.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. They actually missed the deadline, it turns out. July 15th came and went, and they hadn't done anything yet, but they asked Riot for an extension because they were putting together this deal, presumably with Kroenke. In April and May, Dexerto reported that in an email exchange, Raizada used racist language targeted at Twin Galaxy's head Jace Hall, whose company was owned by Echo Fox parent Vision Venture Partners. In a back and forth, Raizada also threatened Rick Fox's family after Fox expressed interest in leaving the company to work on ventures with Hall. That deal's done. They had a choice to kick them out or do something else about it. They couldn't really kick out Raizada, so they just sold their spot. Kroenke Sports Entertainment is already involved in esports. They paid the $20 million fee to enter the Overwatch League, and they are currently owning the second Los Angeles-based team, the Gladiators. They're all right. Kroenke might put together another, mid-range team. I don't think they'll be champions anytime soon, but at least this is a resolution that, people can walk away from. Sick. No, let's go to the next story.
I'm Galaxy Brain Brian was trying to find a way of Riot bending to China and adding anti-addiction measures to League of Legends to this, and that was where the wheels came off the wagon.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's not two Riots, but Riot was interested in more money. And in the interest of more money, I guess it's possible that Riot standing up for this probably was a bad thing. But Echo Fox has already paid half their franchise fee, which is $10 million, significantly less than the Overwatch payment. So they put their $5 million up, and the next $5 million was supposed to be due over time. And they weren't kicking Echo Fox out of the league. That wasn't a thing that was going to happen. Presumably, they would have to punish them if they didn't do anything about it. And the community, both players and fans alike, reacted very strongly to this Rick Fox story, and they wanted Riot to do something about it. So, them responding to this was them protecting their investment. In retrospect, all they really need to do is try to get rid of one guy. They need to get rid of Raizada. And Raizada put up, serious money for the Echo Fox involvement. It's definitely true. Rick Fox, he put up money, absolutely, but he was more of the builder, get people going, make the phone calls, connect the people, etc., do the meetings. And Raizada was a money guy. And it turns out the people at Echo Fox didn't have the money to buy out Raizada. And Echo Fox, or Rick Fox specifically, wanted to leave anyways. He didn't want to work with this dude anymore. And since they didn't have the money to buy him out, they just, washed their hands of it. Makes sense. Kroenke's not a bad company either. They're doing okay. They are definitely on the steady money side of competitive sports. They own the Denver Nuggets. They're not doing anything. But, they still have a stadium. They still sell tickets. They still sell concessions. So they're okay.
Mm-hmm. Also, whenever I hear the words Twin Galaxies as part of any news story that does not have to do with middle-aged men faking Donkey Kong scores, it's weird to me.
Sure. Yeah.
I know that, Twin Galaxies has been doing a lot in the last several years to, broaden its scope to stuff which is more than just old man arcade games. It just catches me off guard.
Well, honestly, I think you should look into it. I think you'd like Jace Hall, as a dude. Mm-hmm. And now they have Rick Fox. And Rick Fox, actually built Echo Fox. He's the one that did it. He's the one that found Goichi. Found the dude. Actually, I think he also found Sonic Fox and, got him signed. So, he definitely has like a nose for finding like good competitors. And I don't know if the Twin Galaxies venture is going to be esports oriented or not, but he definitely knows how to maneuver the video game world, and he's doing good stuff. Brian, tell us a story.
I will tell you a story.
Tell me a good story.
I cannot do that.
Damn it.
Oh, man.
I told you a good story.
That is a thing that happened.
So, Blizzard is a company that we have covered on this show for the very beginning. And they are an entity which is pretty much, I would call, like, internally at war with itself. Like, they're very much feels like old Blizzard and new Blizzard. And, you know, just to give you a point of reference for what I mean by, like, old Blizzard-style decisions, Team 5 at Blizzard, the folks who run Hearthstone, recently made, like, card art changes to, like, 14 cards because they decided that those cards were not consistent with Blizzard's values. They're like, okay, like some of this card art is like overly sexual in a negative way, or the portrayal of like violence on this card just doesn't work. So they made like significant card art changes because they didn't want to be the people putting out the pieces of art on those cards. The same company did this. They introduced a new character for Overwatch. His name is Sigma. And they say, or the introductory material around the character Sigma kind of portrays him as, I mean, how do we put it here? Like, he's definitely like overtly villainous. He is a bad guy character. They're also leaning into a portrayal of mental illness. So on ArtStation, which is like a fancy art portfolio website primarily used by professionals, a Blizzard character artist, and is that Q or Key?
It's Qfong.
Qfong? Mm-hmm. Qfong? Okay. He uploaded some concept art of Sigma. Somebody asks about Sigma. Will Sigma skins have shoes in the future? At which point he says that bare feet are included because it's part of the character's backstory. Thanks for your feedback. So we decided to keep the feet bare to sell the asylum look a bit more. In many institutions, patients are not allowed to have shoes because they might cause harm with the laces. While Sigma isn't necessarily in danger of that, we felt that having no shoes helped draw that connection. I also had iterations of him with shoes on, but it made it a lot more generic. So in the end, we decided to leave him bare feet. That's just what the reasoning was internally. I'm sure we'll be making some skins with shoes on him in the future. There has been some like backlash amongst Overwatch fans for Blizzard using mental illness as a shorthand for villainy. And I really wanted to talk about this on like two levels. One, I wanted to talk about it on like, in this particular application, you know, like in this instance of Blizzard. And then also just the broader conversation of characters who are villainous and have some sort of mental illness. Like, what makes those portrayals okay? Are those portrayals ever okay? Because I was thinking about this and I was like, gosh, I sure do like the Joker. The Joker's neat. Am I bad for liking the Joker? So I wanted to talk about this particular application of this, and then the broader topic.
Well, Brian, I think you missed like the main problem, which is that fucking Blizzard just ripped off Sigma from the Mega Man series and then put him in Overwatch.
Is this a bit?
Dive into that one, Rocky. Dive into that one for me, please.
Am I really the only one? Okay, sure. Like, I mean, both
Please,
Sigmas
jump in.
were initially, like, you know, good-ish guys that were overwhelmed by otherworldly power that essentially made them evil. And some of it is just, like, mental degradation. More so in, like, the Mega Man Sigma than in, like, this one. Mega Man Sigma definitely wears shoes. But they were good-ish guys that were corrupted by their power. And they have, like, outrageous powers. Like, Sigma and Mega Man can fucking teleport for some dumbass reason. And then, like, this one just, like, manipulates gravity. And they're both really big dudes in huge armor with exposed heads. I think they're both bald, also, if I remember correctly. Like, it's the same character. Except, you know, this one doesn't have shoes. I think portrayals of mental illness equals bad is, like, lame. But I think it's lame specifically because it's lazy. Because so many people have done it for so long, and the stereotypes are harmful. I think if we get to a point where we can identify more varied sources of villainy, I think using mental illness as, like, a bridge to evil won't be, like, inherently terrible. Because, like, the Joker is definitely a person that, like, snapped one day and then became a villain forever. And he's a compelling villain because of his villainy. Like, it's not just like, oh, no, like, he has mental problems. He's a monster. Like, ending it there is, like, it's lazy. Like, it means that you want people's own stereotypes to write a character for you. I don't think that's what's happening with Sigma. I just think they wholesale stole a character from a different franchise.
Mm-hmm. And you guys ever read The Killing Joke?
I've read The Killing Joke.
And it's like, it's easily one of my favorite comics. It's so good. And that whole bit at the end on the roof where, like, the Joker is telling Batman the joke about the flashlight.
Yeah.
It feels like it's fucking perfect. And I wouldn't want to, like, throw all of that out, but I think that speaks to what you're talking about, Rocky, that it speaks to lazy writing.
Mm-hmm.
That it's just kind of like, I don't know, whatever, fuck it. Like, you just get a sense that there's some guy in a room somewhere with a whiteboard who just says the sentence, I don't know, he's crazy, and then moves on to whatever his next thing is that he has to work on.
It's actually, like, literally the difference between, say, a Heath Ledger Joker and Suicide Squad's Joker. Jared Leto was just trying to do, like, wacky shit and instill fear, but he wasn't really terrifying. He was just, like, wacky and, like, trying too hard. Jared Leto's Joker wasn't developed enough. Like, that was the idea.
It's weird because when I think about the Joker now, I think of it as a prestige role, like a role played by people who are willing to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger do it, and both of those performances are absolutely phenomenal. Like, super fucking fantastic. And I'm really stoked for this here, like, Joker movie, which is coming out in October.
With Joaquin? Yeah.
Yeah. Which pretty much looks like they're, like, remaking King of Comedy.
It looks a bit like that. Yeah.
Sure does. It sure looks like King of Comedy, but you know what? I got no objections. I'm not here to fight it.
I would like to see it.
But, like, Jared Leto, it's like, what are you doing? Out here with your, like, Hot Topic Macaulay Culkin ass fucking... So I guess the problem is like, is the extent of your characterization for their motivation mental illness? Like, is all we have, I don't know, they're crazy. Because, like, I you know, like, back to, like, characters, like, I think about, like, say, Patrick Bateman in American Psycho.
Mm-hmm.
And American Psycho seems to have a lot more to say about, like, the way the rich interact with each other and the way late-stage capitalism drives isolation. Like, it didn't just stop with saying, I don't know, Patrick Bateman is crazy. Like, yeah. So I guess that might be the problem here, is that, like, between, like, your observations that a lot of this stuff seems like directly lifted from, like, another character named Sigma. That, like,
same fucking name, those bastards. Whatever, it's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, that, like, it's like somebody's like, well, what if he was Sigma, but crazy?
Yeah,
and I guess that's where we get to, like, the Blizzard being a company which is at war with itself. Like, how can you have one Blizzard which, like, sits around and says, like, let's dump investment money into changing card art because we don't feel like that card art positively impacts the world. to being like, I don't know, he's Sigma but crazy. Like, fuck.
Oh, God. Tegan, tell us about some more crazy shit.
I don't know if it's crazy.
Okay.
But, like, Grand Theft Auto... You know Grand Theft Auto introduced this casino, right? Super cool casino, all fancy, like, you can bet on all the things.
I hear people keep killing that valet. Like, rip them.
Yeah! That's more of an annoyance than anything else, because then the digital casino has to hire a new valet.
Yeah, like every time.
Like, every fucking 20 minutes, and... What kind of job security is that?
Who keeps signing up for that job, right? Like, what happened to the last guy?
Exactly.
Someone killed him, hit him with a car. What? And then...
Yeah, right. Like, that's definitely, like, a job for a CyberLife android at that point, because, like, you can just replace the model and send the first one out for repair, like, whatever at that point.
Ooh.
Anyway, though, so they open this casino in-game, and you can use real money to purchase gambling chips.
Okay.
And then you cannot convert those chips back into real cash.
But, like, you could sell the account or something, right?
It's hard to do that.
Okay.
But...
So it's not quite money laundering yet.
It's not quite money laundering, but it is very almost money laundering, and, like...
Ah, shit.
You buy the in-game dollars with real currency, and then you convert your virtual dollars into gambling chips, and then all these kids who are, like, under 18 are technically gambling, which is illegal in a lot of countries, like, and then, but, you know, you can buy the cars and the guns and the cosmetic stuff.
Tegan, I gotta stop you for a second. You're, like, rolling right into Bill Cosby right now. It's like, this is making me uncomfortable.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't want to be an old man.
All right. So...
But it's a problem.
First of all, Tegan, being an old man is the least of Bill Cosby's problems.
Well, I mean, there's a laundry list of reasons I don't want to be Bill Cosby, but that was, like, the most friendly version, I guess? Without opening all of the cans of worms.
I'll just say one other thing that I'll get us back on track. Second of all, we don't need to be nice about Bill Cosby.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's fair, but also, like, I just didn't want to drag it out into a big old thing by launching into orbit into another plane of existence.
Okay.
That's fair. Thank you for your service.
I could do that, though. Do you want me to go?
Tegan, please.
I just don't want to be Bill Cosby. Can I not?
You cannot. You can just be you.
Cool. Yeah, I'll just be me. But yeah, problem.
This show offers our listeners a 100% we're not Bill Cosby guarantee.
Or your money back?
Yep,
we'll kill
absolutely.
ourselves.
Or your money back.
If it turns out that one of us is Bill Cosby, we'll kill that one. We'll kill the one who's Bill Cosby.
We'll do it on stream.
We'll murder them.
Fuck.
Yeah, I will buy a plane ticket and fly to one of your houses just to murder you.
Oh, fuck.
If it turns out you're Bill Cosby.
It's if and only if one of us is Bill Cosby. So, whatever.
Man.
Brian, get us back on track.
Okay, so
it's not money laundering, but it's almost money laundering.
it is not almost money laundering.
Ooh.
Ooh.
What you got, Brian?
Okay. This is where Brian's going to try not to get boring. We're speaking to Brian's wheelhouse here.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, Brian has a wheelhouse.
So money laundering has like a very like specific meaning and purpose. Like there are things that are required to happen in order for something to be money laundering.
Mm-hmm.
Money laundering has to involve placement, layering, and integration. And all of that requires an ability to like introduce money into a system.
Mm-hmm.
That's placement. And then the act of that money being in the system disguises the origin of the money. Mm-hmm. That's layering. And then it gets reintroduced into an economy. That's integration.
Right. You
have to have placement, layering, and integration. So, like, right now, as it exists, conceivably, your GTA money, it would offer placement because you can put money into it. It would offer layering because you would be able to disguise the source of the money. But it doesn't offer integration because you can't reintroduce it into the economy. what they're doing is what's called a closed loop economy, meaning that once money goes into it, money cannot be exited. But what I find interesting about this is that, like, GTA's economy has been fundamentally fucked for, like, quite some time. There's, like, people who would do stuff like go out and, like, buy multiple copies of the game because the game would come with, like, a shark card. Right. And so, like, people were walking around with a lot more money in hand than Rockstar was willing to accept to be the normal kind of walking around money that people would have. Because they want to be able to be buying a lot more online currency. And so this seems to be a tool by them to attempt to destabilize the economy, to force people to buy more shitty currency for their MMO. The number of people who are online talking about, like, the amount of money that they've pumped into the game to fake gamble is, like, amazing. Amazing.
It's like they're spending that money real gambling, but not getting any of the returns.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like...
It's almost like gambling's an addiction.
It's like, what if you created a system that literally just has all of the dopamine releases of gambling, and then... Oh, it just strikes me that...
none of the benefits of gambling, because even if you win a bunch of money, all you can do is reinvest that into the gambling circle, because you can't take it out of the system. Right. What if we made gambling but worse? What if we did loot boxes, but there weren't any boxes nor any loot? It was just the money portion.
Now, what should be stressed here is that money can exit the casino, it just can't exit Grand Theft Auto Online. Yeah. So, like, you can cash out your chips in the casino, and then if you want, buy a fancy hat in-game. You cannot take your winnings and exit the system, but you can then go buy stuff, which is where... It just... This feels pretty nakedly awful, because this is, like, the way Rockstar can respond to this, and feels like they likely will respond to this, is being like, well, players can take their winnings in the casino and then go buy, a new property or a new car or some clothes in game. So, like, it's not true gambling. And it's like, well, you're creating a system where it literally is gambling. I can take one piece of in-world currency, and say, like, all right, I'm betting on black. Oh, it came up red? Fine, fuck me. I don't have that currency anymore. Like, you are wagering currency on, acts of chance. And you're creating something which has all of the same kind of, like, visual and auditory stimuli that drives gambling behavior in casinos. And the fact that you can pump real money into the system but then can't exit it, like, I would probably feel cool about the casino in GTA Online if whatever you were using to gamble in it wasn't the same currency that you were using to buy stuff in the game. Like, if it was like a second kind of currency that you could not buy with real world money, I'd be like, fine, cool, fuck it, whatever. Like, have your fake casino. Like, then I'd be cool with it. But, like, because you can buy the currency with real world currency, that's where they lose me, and I get off the train. How do y'all feel about this?
I mean, it sounds like what you're saying is that it's not money laundering. It's definitely gambling.
It's definitely gambling.
I mean, it still sucks. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't fuck with Grand Theft Auto, like, in the slightest. Like, it's just not my vibe. And so, like, the fact that they're doing a casino that's, like, actual gambling sounds like something I don't want to play, so I'm not gonna. I also have an additional position that I don't think it should exist, but that's not my business. Like, I feel like my hands are tied since I'm already not giving them my money.
Mm.
You know what would be really useful right about now? Maybe a functional ESRB group.
Yeah. That.
You know, that's just...
Because this definitely sounds like something that would push the game into, like, AO. Like,
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it would. It fucking would. Wow! Jesus.
We can't have that as it makes money.
Oh man, and Rockstar is a card carrying member of the ESA, right? Like
They sure are.
Okay,
Hell yeah, they are.
not forgetting that. Cool. So yeah, they're not going to make it AO. That's not a thing that's going to happen.
No,
That's
but
right.
it should be.
And
Definitely should be.
well, like the conversation would be more like, "Hey Brian, can you be Rockstar real quick? I'll be the ESA.
Okay.
And Tegan, you be a concerned parent. It's cool.
Okay. I'm a concerned parent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want my child to be able to fucking gamble with real money in a video game.
Whoa, hold on. What? Wait, someone can gamble in a video game?
Yeah, with real money.
Which game is that?
It's Grand Theft Auto 5.
You know what? I know Rockstar. It'll be easy conversation. Let me just give him a call. Just hold on.
Okay.
Ahoy, ahoy, this is Rockstar.
Hey Rockstar. I've been getting a couple complaints, nothing major, but it seems like the casino that you put in the game has real gambling in it. Is that right?
Nah.
Well, okay, we know it's gambling, so what we would like to do, we're just maybe just change the rating on it since it's new content. We're just thinking about, maybe moving Grand Theft Auto to AO. You obviously have some strong feelings about it. And
One second. Mm-hmm. I'm going to conference in my boy, Major Retailers.
oh shit, here we go.
Here we come. Major retailers.
Hey, Major Retailers, you on with me?
Yeah, we're here.
Cool. I got ESA, and they're trying to say they want me to be AO.
Oh, well, that's impossible. We sell your game to children.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Of course, with their parents' permission.
Okay, all right. So, ESA, I'm sorry, bud. Like, it's not gambling, and Major Retailers is here to tell me that, like, AO just won't go.
Well, guys, we're triggering, like, actual gambling laws. Like, we might get into some real trouble.
It's not real gambling. Obviously.
ESA, lean into your phone.
I'm gonna regret this.
What do we pay you for? You're a fucking lobbyist group!
Man, we do need that
Does
money.
Here's the real question. Does money exit the system?
Well, no. Like, apparently it's like a closed
Does
economy.
the system poop money?
It's not real gambling then.
Yeah, it's not real
Obviously.
gambling. It's not gambling.
It's fine.
You want me? I'll get EA on the phone. They
Just
can
like
tell
loot
you.
Yeah,
boxes.
don't bring EA on the phone, okay? We don't need that. It's
Ring, ring.
shit.
Who wants some FIFA?
Fuck.
God damn it. Guys, okay, we know that the UK just signed off. They said that you guys aren't gambling, but can you just fucking chill for like a minute? For a minute, EA?
Guys, have you seen this FIFA Ultimate Team?
Oh, god damn it.
I'm gonna be wearing pants made out of money.
Might I also show you not just FIFA Ultimate Team, but Madden Ultimate Team and whatever the heck the NBA 2K thing is?
Oh, nobody plays that.
You'd think nobody plays it.
Oh, man. End scene.
Yeah, the ESA is now just like a completely naked, useless lobbying organization that does nothing. Like, to take a trip back down memory lane as far as the ESA and Rockstar goes. Okay. Does anybody remember that when Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was originally in development, there were going to be mini games where you could fuck various girlfriends?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes. And that when the game was released, those mini games were not accessible. But then enterprising nerds discovered that they still existed within the code of the game. They were there. and that it was possible to make the mini games accessible. And it was called the Hot Coffee mod that would let you gain access to fucking your girlfriends as a mechanic. Like having to do like button presses for pleasure and so on.
It wasn't that deep.
Yeah. But the way the ESA reacted to discovering that the code inaccessible was still in the game was to change the rating for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas to AO. At which point, like, stickers went out to retailers across the country, had to update the front of the box, like, slap it on. Retailers were pulling the game off shelves left and right. Rockstar had to recall and destroy discs and then submit for re-rating once the code was removed from the game altogether. So, like, once upon a time, the ESA had teeth. Like, the ESRB has not always been like this, like, nakedly useless organization. It's just so fucking sad. Like, we might need a new category at, like, the end of this year, guys, which is the That's Just So Fucking Sad award.
Can we call it Alexa Play Despacito?
It's a dated meme, but I still love it.
Yeah. You know that scene in, like, in Jackie Brown, just before he shoots Robert De Niro in the car, and he, like, listens to him and goes, "Man, your ass used to be beautiful," and then he shoots him. That's where I'm at with the ESRB.
Oh, God.
Like, damn, your ass used to be beautiful. Just come on, guys. What the fuck? Oh, God. Can't believe we're sitting here talking about, like, a fully functioning bullshit casino, which, like, young children and truly vulnerable adults. Fuck it. Who wants to find out what came out on Steam?
Yeah, let's get it.
9 things came out on Steam today.
Mm-hmm.
Only 9?
The first one is called Welcome Back to Reality.
No, skip it. Fuck it, I don't want to do
Welcome back to reality.
That's not why I play fucking video games.
The ESA sucks, and Rockstar is gonna be able to allow actual children to fucking gamble. You're welcome.
Welcome Back to Reality is a sandbox game set in a futuristic environment created to make your dreams come true. Play online with your friends and create huge skyscrapers, destroy some cars, or let Rainbow Kitten fly across your screen. The choice is yours. It appears to be a physics sandbox, like a Garry's Mod kind of thing, with looking just 10,000% shittier. There is a pre-built Unity asset of a train that crude text has been slapped on the side of that says, "Hype space train space LMAO." Yep. Welcome back to reality.
Gross.
Next up is Dishonest.
Dishonor?
No, Dishonest.
That?
Yeah, that is the name of the game. English language is not supported.
No,
so
that's dishonest.
I wouldn't go that far, Tegan.
Is it a game about lies? You don't know, because English language isn't supported.
Well, I am now running the description of the game through Google Translate, and it reads as follows. Gentle and pleasant childhood, barely tall female boss, find out?
Barely, what was that again?
Barely tall female boss.
Oh my god.
What kind of urban scum is walking between the flowers? Please see his performance.
I don't want to. I don't want to see his performance.
I don't like this. No thanks.
Jesus Christ. It's... I think that this is... I think this is a horny game. Yeah, this is a horny game.
It sounds like a horny game. It sounds like a game where you expose yourself to women.
Gross.
I don't know how you got there, but...
Man in the flowers and watching people walk by, no. Not
Okay.
Not jumping out and exposing yourself to
Oh, you
women.
know what? We're going to dig further. We're now going to translate the whole about this game section.
Oh boy! I don't want that. Why can't we just pretend it's what I said and move on?
Near the Double 11, the Silk Kitchen and Bathroom Supplies customer service, Zhao Zhiji, is busy with 7. The relationship between the screaming colleagues and the customer's message on the screen is often so frustrating. Fortunately, after work, Zhiji can go to the bar with his boss and girlfriend to have a drink. As for going home, there is another lover, the next sister of childhood, waiting for him. That's right. He is the smashing man of heaven and man. Fuck it. I don't know.
It sounds like gibberish, man.
My description was better.
Yeah, you know what? That Tegan wins.
My description was simultaneously worse and better.
It is a game about taking your dick out when it shouldn't. Next up is MP Aliens. It is a 2D arena platformer. It's local party game with intense PvP matches, hardest co-op missions, and different bosses on different maps.
I'm so glad there are different bosses on different maps.
Yep. It is $4.79. Looks bad. But not like in a spectacular, interesting way. At this point, like, bad is no longer good enough. Next up is C64 and Amiga Classic Remakes 6-Pack 3. Get some of the classic games from the 80s and 90s back on your home PC as a remake. Enjoy the unforgettable fun of the pastime. This looks to be totally unlicensed.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Contains remakes of Star Taxi, iPix, Turrican Load Jumper, Bomber Warrior, Moss Garden, and Moon Battle. Oh yeah, this is... Ain't nobody... This... Okay. What else we got? Migrate demo. A roguelike platformer dedicated to the quirkiness of birds. Hop south to recover the wisdom of the ancient bird society.
What?
It hopes...
The birds work for the bourgeoisie.
Ancient Bird Society?
The Ancient Bird Society.
I didn't know that would be the thing that would break Rocky.
God damn it. I mean, you have to know that I love birds, but, like, I know people say, like, some serious dumb shit about birds.
The birds work for the bourgeoisie.
Oh, my God.
In hopes of
All
building
the
a
birds
better...
died in 1978.
Yeah, some
Recover the wisdom of ancient bird society in hopes of building a better world for all bird kind.
Oh, God. All right.
Randomized levels keep the game fresh and challenging. Migrate is currently in early access.
Mm-hmm.
Features. Dangerous, destructible, procedurally generated levels mean you'll never encounter the same challenge again. Master the game's fundamental mechanics to navigate each run effectively. Successful runs alter the game, putting you in alternate realities affected by your actions. Use active listening to complete puzzles by singing with the duet system.
Oh, God.
Manage your inventory and skills to strategize your run. Migrate 6 skills fundamentally alter the many aspects of gameplay. Meet and fight a colorful and often ridiculous cast of characters. And save their souls, or whatever birds have.
Fuck this guy. Birds have souls.
From tyranny, both inside and out.
Oh, man. Save their souls or whatever birds have. Fuck. I'm actually mad.
Next up is Umbra Seal.
Okay.
Okay, this is a shitty bullet hell with pre-built assets, and it is $2.99. And Little Dungeon Stories.
Mm-hmm.
A challenging roguelike card-based RPG. Enter the dungeon full of secrets, hostile monsters, deadly traps, legendary loots. How long can you survive? I don't know. It doesn't look particularly bad. It also doesn't, it's just there. Red Bow, if you were given another chance, would you take it? Or would you leave it in the hands of a little girl? Play as Ro, a young girl stuck in a bizarre nightmare of dark and eerie creatures. Yep, guys, it is another RPG Maker horror game. There sure aren't 9 million of these on fucking Steam. Mature content description. This game contains scenes of death and suicide and is not recommended for younger audience or those who are sensitive to the topic.
That's what I forgot. I need to get Yuppie Psycho. Do that later. I'll edit that out, sorry.
Yep. Unknown Scrolls. Become the Mighty Mage. Head out on an epic quest to purge hell. All right.
I mean,
Mortito.
Mighty Mage, whatever.
This is an action-adventure game, the story of a sinful soul in search of redemption. Your whole purpose is to redeem yourself by saving souls of people whose lives you once ruined.
Ooh! How did we ruin them?
I think we ruined them by using pre-built assets.
Oh.
RIP.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see here. Name of our studio is Big Game Studio. For Mortito.
Big games start off small.
And our last title for today is Squad Erotica.
No? Question mark?
I will now read you the description. I encourage you to buckle up.
Oh my god.
I am buckling up.
I'm putting on a helmet. Like, holy shit.
Okay. Pansexual, straight, gay, lesbian, trans, male, and female nudity. Your pick. Turn-based combat that requires some simple strategies and team building. You can customize the skills of your team. 6 minigames inspired by action games such as Flappy Bird and shooting games.
Oh, fuck.
In an alternate universe, humanity is scattered throughout the planets, battling a force of nature that they are barely keeping up with. You are the commander of the esteemed Squad Erotica, working among the planet to push back the invaders. How did it become this way? What will happen next? Turn-based combat that requires simple strategies and team building. Alright, sir, at this point you are now just the song that never ends. Mature content description. Male and female nudity. MM, MF, FF, sexual acts. Also, this dude has, slapped his name on the logo for the game.
Oh, what a fool.
Aaron Dodo.
He put his actual name up there?
Maybe it's
Sure,
a
looks
pseudonym.
like.
Actual dodo.
Hopefully it's a pseudonym for his sake.
When I clicked on Squad Erotica, it also suggested that I was like, also play Bonecraft.
No, thank you.
Bonecraft is the first ever sex game that is also an RPG.
That's not even fucking true! Whatever, it's okay. It's fine. I'm done.
Get it on with naughty elves and racy robots while battling orc hordes. Drink the jet fuel and search for the galaxy's holy grail, the elf queen and her band of horny minions. Steam, look. I'm not here to tell you to keep the fucking games off your platform. In fact, I, for one, welcome our new fuck overlords.
They're not even overlords, they're frauds!
Okay, but what I am here to tell you is that there is a difference between just letting in all the fuck games, and then just curating your store. Like, when we put together our top 10 games of the year last year, I fought hard to get a fuck game on that list pretty high up.
I do remember that.
Yeah. So, like, I'm not here to say, like, fuck games are bad, but I'm here to say, like, put good fuck games on your store.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, God. Fucking squad erotica. Jesus Christ.
I can't believe Bone Craft had the audacity to say that they're the first fucking RPG.
Yep.
God damn it. Okay, so I do need to take a shower, but I gotta do the outro first. Hey everyone, the King's back together. This is Impossible Coin. It's our podcast. We do it every week. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. And we'd appreciate it if you took a little bit of time to leave us a review. Ideally on iTunes, that's where we're trying to focus, but anywhere is great. We'd appreciate it. Or if you just want to talk to one of us, or any of us collectively, you can find us on social media. Brian usually hangs out on Facebook. I'm usually on Twitter. Tegan's on Tumblr. It's all Impossible Coin. We have music at the beginning and end of our podcast, if you haven't noticed. It's made by our friend Big Soch. He's a good dude. You can find his work at soundcloud.com/BigSochNJ, or you can find him on Twitter at Illyry_Swank. Our logo, which is a pretty fucking great logo, was designed by Lauren Moran. You can find her on Twitter at Lauren Moran, and honestly, if you take a look at her work and you realize that maybe she should be compensated, throw a couple bucks on her Patreon. I'm sure she'd appreciate it. Gang, we did it.
All right. Well, very cool. Thanks for hanging out. And peace.
Bye.
Later.
It's official.